Hey guys, and welcome to Car Guy 1999 Reviews. Today, thanks to Seacoast House of Cars, we have their 2007 Pontiac Solstice GXP. This thing is freaking awesome. When I drove the Saturn Sky, I thought that was the only time I'd get to drive this platform. Well, that's no longer the case, because this is the Pontiac Solstice. Now, this one has the Performance Plus package, which is pretty darn cool. I don't think it was offered by Pontiac. It was an aftermarket tuning company, much like the Dark Sky Edition Saturn Sky that I reviewed. Kind of an aftermarket package. So, I barely fit in this because I am a heavy American. But that's kind of what I like about this car. I love the fact that it's kind of a performance car first, comfortable Grand Tourer second. Man, that Ecotech turbocharged 4-cylinder. With the Performance Plus package, this is pushing very close to 300 horsepower, a number that most Miatas would dream to achieve. The platform itself, yeah, the GXP gave you stiffer springs, the turbo. It made this thing kind of like, what's a good comparison? A Z3 versus a Z3M. That was this car back in 07. And it's kind of, well, I will say it's a shame, really, that Saturn and Pontiac, basically 2 years after this car was made, but they were still making these in 09, would be shuttered. I think if Chevy was still making something like this, it would sell. It absolutely would sell. But the problem is, it doesn't fit in their lineup very well. There was nothing in history similar to this, except for, like, maybe instead of calling it a Corvette, it's a Corv, because it's shorter. That was stupid. There's nothing. I think that's why they decided this was going to be a Pontiac and a Saturn, is because there was no real lineage that I can think of. Of course, I'm born in '99, so this is all way past my time, or way before my time, I should say. But don't say the Corvair. The Corvair is not. I was just thinking, like, yeah, maybe if you call this the modern day Corvair, but the thing that made the Corvair was the rear engine. It was the poor man's Porsche. I think that's why GM decided to make this a Pontiac and a Saturn. One, because those brands at this time were struggling and needed kind of a halo car to bring them in. But Saturn always had the fun enthusiast stuff. They had the Ion Redline. They had the View Redline. Saturn had that performance, fun stuff. I mean, so did GM at that time, because they had the Cobalt SS. No, the interior is not nice. It's plastic. It's mid-2000s, late 2000s GM interior. It's the butt of every joke. But that's not what this car is about. This car is about being a cheap, fun, and pretty darn fast performance roadster. And I really wish the weather was a lot better so I could actually experience this with the top down. Because man, is this car fun. And I think I'd fit a lot better in it, which kind of doesn't bode me much confidence for fitting into the Alpha. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Let's talk about driving dynamics. Steering is actually really good. This was before everything went to EPS, electronic power steering. So this feels like hydraulic power steering. I didn't check, but it's not an expensive car, and electronic power steering was reserved to kind of sports cars of this era, or expensive luxury and sports cars. Throttle response, everything's good. Yeah, there's some lag from the turbo, but not an outrageous amount, not like an 80s turbocharged car. It's good. It's really, really good. I never thought I'd get to drive one of these because, yeah, I mean, you have collectors and stuff like that, but they weren't preserved. They were cheap, affordable cars. It's kind of like finding a clean Miata, except take the sales numbers and make it a tenth of the amount of Miatas out there, and you've got the Solstice GXP. Saturn did have a version of this as well. That was the Sky Redline. Actually, you know what? I come to think about it, Pontiac had a lot of fun cars in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. They had the Trans Am. They had the GTO. What did GM do? Man, the economic crash of 2009 really took away, like, if they were making those cars today with today's technology and everything like that, they would sell like absolute hotcakes. If GM made another Cobalt SS today, they would sell so many of them. It's really a shame, because this is a fantastic car, and this is really slept on. And I think as time goes on, people are going to look back at these and the Sky Redlines and realize that this is the embodiment of the mid 2000s in American fun performance cars. This was GM trying to be European, and if you think about what the Corvette in '53 was designed to do, it was to be European. If you think about the Ford Thunderbird in the 50s, 56, 57, I believe they was when they were launched. What was that designed to be? European. So it's kind of a shame that these were a sales flop, because on paper, these should have been way more popular. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one.